talk about positioning of the bass. More about just how to position it as opposed, when you're practicing, as opposed to performing, that kind of thing. And in other videos, I'm going to get more into detailed left and right hand positions, but this is basically going to be, okay, I've got a bass, got a strap. How do I, wear the bass? How do I position it? When I sit down to practice, what should be its position as opposed to performing, that type of thing. All right. One big word to remember about this is consistency. The more you do things the same way, the more you're going to build on what you've established in your previous, time spent with the instrument. So practicing the way you're going to play is really a good motto to play by. If you're spending hours a day practicing like this, and you develop all this cool stuff, you see the hands are working at a certain angle, everything's in a certain position, right? So then you go and get a job somewhere and you go to play, and then you're standing up and everything's all of a sudden in a different place. So you've been developing muscle memory different from where you're actually going to apply it. So if you think about that, it becomes obvious that, maybe I should, keep things the same, all right? So a good way to start with this would be to establish your performance position. Okay, how am I going to actually play? What do I want to do? Kind of get an idea that way. So for me, it's this. Having the bass centered to my body. Some people like to wear it a little bit more this way, some people a little bit more this way. Find a comfortable place. But generally, the body of the instrument sitting on your stomach puts it in a proportional balance to each arm's length. It's not too low for the left, it's not too high for the right, to find that sweet spot, that's going to be right for you. But having the neck, positioned as much up this way as it'll just stay by itself. Because you never want to hold the neck while you're playing. Use that hand energy to hold the instrument. The strap should do all the work so that when you're playing and the hands come off, the instrument shouldn't move. So the hands should just go on and play, and the strap does all the work in holding the instrument. All right, so centered to the body or somewhere in that general vicinity, sitting on the stomach. For you female bass players, you might want to adjust a little bit to be comfortable. Different body shapes, different body sizes, will also affect this. So find a comfortable place. But generally something like this would be a good place to start, I think. So the main thing, though, is whatever you decide to do performance-wise, when you sit down, it should stay the same. There should be no change. You don't want the leg pushing up on the bass or anything like that. So keeping that the same. Another important thing is don't hold the bass with the arm. Now I'll talk more about this I'll mention this again in my right hand video coming up, but it interferes with mobility. Plus, the biggest thing is putting pressure on the veins in your arm. I've seen people play like this, and really holding the instrument up, putting a lot of pressure, and wondering why the fingers are going numb in the right hand. So this is a good thing to watch out for. So, but the main thing is whatever your performance position is, whatever that is, when you stand up, you sit down, the bass stays the same. So when you practice, it should pretty much be that. So that's really the main points about that. Strap-wise, getting a thicker strap or a wider strap to displace the weight of the instrument over wider area is a good idea. Also having a leather backing will grip the clothes better. Some of these nylon straps, they slip and slide really easy. Something that'll kind of grip your clothes and hold it. Something I found that works well for me. So really, those are the main points that I would keep in mind. So get your strap and get it adjusted before you make any like serious cuts in the strap. Make sure it's something that you want to use so that you can go back and fix it if it's not working. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and I will see you soon in another video at Russ's Bass Place, and thanks a lot. Talk to you later.